how are you? Okay, today I feel you're connected into someone who's got themselves into a mess. But the key for the energy today, these came out, and I feel they're going to start having a look more at what you're doing. Okay, they're going to start taking a closer look at your life, what you're up to, almost in your business, as they say. This card came out as well, so we've got fake accounts here, so they might start creating different accounts or get a friend to check via their account. Somebody here has got themselves in a mess with this card in the middle. Okay, the lies they told and the nonsense, that's a nice word, nonsense they talked about, especially about you, is catching up with them. Okay, but two cards, you see, it's a very strong energy of, you know what, they're in a mess and they just want to, I just feel they're going to start trying to find out what you're doing, almost like spying, you know. So my thing today is, what do they want? Are they going to try and make contact? It's more like an energy check-in, like a warning really, just so that you know. So let's have a look. Let's see what's going on with your person or the person you were connected into. Just so I'm shuffling though, like I say, main thing, are you okay? As long as you're okay and looking after yourself, okay? Especially, you know, this middle card, somebody just, I don't know, they weren't satisfied with, I'm just hearing they weren't satisfied with trying to ruin your life, that then they just went on to lie. It's just someone here's a liar. So anyway, keep doing you. If you'd like a reading, just click on the title of this video. Links are below in the description box. Everything's on the website. Okay, go check it out. And thank you for all your comments. Okay, I read, there's two more. I do read all of your comments and I send you all my love and a massive, massive hug, okay? I feel they're desperate. I haven't turned these over yet, but I'm just feeling a desperate energy. I feel they're lonely. I feel that no one's listening to them anymore, or people around them are starting to work out what they've done or who they really, really are. I do feel they're quite a toxic character, okay? I do. I feel you've probably got them blocked. I feel you gave up in the end. So let's see. Yeah, Four of Wands in the reverse. This is, I'm looking at what's going on in their energy. Death in the reverse, and they've come out as the King of Pentacles. So they could be an earth sign, all right, Virgo, Taurus or Capricorn. They're very, very materialistic, all right. They have a massive preoccupation with either money, status, look at me, that kind of energy, or just spending somebody else's money. And, you know, they've got a tendency to think, I think they feel that everybody owes them something. Okay, and this is what I'm channeling. It is detailed that they play the victim. They play the victim to get what they want. They pretend that they work hard, but they're actually lazy. And people fall for it. Now, within their environment, the Four of Wands in reverse, they could have gone back to a family situation or a group, I'm hearing, that fussed over them, enabled them. That's the word. They were enablers. These people they went back to or they're associating with are enablers. But you know what? They're all falling out. That's probably what you don't know. They're probably presenting a united front, or they have been, but they're all falling out. But I do strongly feel that your ex-person is lonely and is feeling isolated, and these other people, they're all as bad as each other. These other people are almost seeing through them. Okay, because I do feel that your ex comes across as a victim, that it's not my fault, they don't learn from anything, and they almost just act pathetic. That's what I've just heard, sorry. They just act a little bit pathetic, and then everybody kind of fusses over them. Okay, but they're stuck because Death card's in the reverse and the Four of Wands is in the reverse. So they're stuck in an unhappy situation that they don't want to be in. Oh, excuse me, glasses. They don't want to be in, okay? They wish they'd never gone back to something. They definitely went back to something. Okay, somewhere or someone or somebody that they have been associating with before. There is definitely with them a level of dependency, but they flick, and this is where the detail is. You'll know this is your reading. They will, and they are capable of hard work, and they can do it, but then they just become dependent, and they're quite happy to take money or something like that off other people, and other people feel sorry for them. Okay, they're almost like a covert narcissistic energy. They're not grandiose. This person's not grandiose. It's like, help me, and I'm having such a hard time, and they definitely talked nonsense about you, and they act like a victim, and everybody fusses over them like mother hens all kind of around them. Okay, but they're on their own now, even if they're not physically on their own. People are getting fed up of them. They're getting fed up of that pattern of behaviour. You know, they come across as, I'm so strong and I can do this and I can do that, but actually they're quite dependent. They're quite needy. They can also mismanage money. And I do feel, whether it was money or something else, between you and this person, that they mismanaged something, okay? They mismanaged it, and you were blamed, and everybody, oh, come here, let me look after you, let me, you know, all of that. But now they're on their own, but they are stuck in the Four of Wands in the reverse, which means unhappy. If it's families, they've all just had enough of each other. Maybe they're having to live somewhere else that they don't want to live. They want to get out, okay? And this is why I feel these two cards came out now. Okay, it's like, well, you know, where am I going to go next? Where shall I go? What shall I do? All right. They don't learn though. They keep repeating negative patterns. They've done this before with a person, a group of people. They haven't learned anything. All they've done is talked shit and repeated it. Yeah, bottom of the deck, they've come out again. Now they're in the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. They can be really lazy, and it's interesting that said, because that's what I was hearing. They can come across as someone who is a businessman or somebody who is stable and capable, but then they can just literally sit in that Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, where they're just lazy, like sat on the sofa, that kind of energy, you know, greedy, don't want to work. They've just got a complete lack of inspiration, and they'd rather blame other people. You actually, they'd rather blame you. Yeah, they did. I mean, you were you gave them everything. You made them comfortable. You could have put a roof over their head. You literally gave them everything. You looked after them. You cherished them. there is also an energy of whether they're involved with a person, or even if this person's not in their life anymore but had an impact, of a female, it could have been their mother, okay, who the apron strings never quite got cut, or the mother figure used them as like an emotional substitute. I don't know if that's making sense. Was quite overbearing and the mother figure didn't have a good relationship, and then used the person as like their emotional, I'm not saying punch bag, but the strings were never cut. Okay, there's that in here as well. And your person, you can be very, very selfish. As long as their needs are being met and everything is rosy in the rose garden, they're smiling, but it's quite shallow. It's not, they're happy if you're meeting their needs, okay? And I feel, and I'm going to say this to be honest, that because of that mother sort of apron strings relationship, that when you were with this person, male, female, however the energy identifies, that you were almost expected to mother them, whether you're male or female. You were meant to sort out all their stuff to keep them stable and them smiling, and they can come across as dependable, stable and all of that, but behind that curtain is a completely different person. Okay, behind that curtain is a completely different person. That's what I've got today. That they can be very, very shallow. The moment, it's almost like a fantasy they have. The moment their shattered dreams or something isn't going their way, they just go. All right. But they are not happy now, and I just think people know they've been talking shit, okay? It's like no one's listening to them. So the question is what they're going to do. What they're going to do. Bottom of the deck, the unknown, 10 of Wands. Okay, let's see. Best possible outcome. Best possible outcome. Are they going to come back in? You know, maybe you realise, maybe you're thinking someone's got fake accounts. People do that. But I always say this. Long before we had the internet, you know, back in my day, back in a different century, we found out what people were doing. Didn't matter where they lived. They could be like 300 miles away with no internet and no mobile phones. But we always found out. So they're starting to dig, because for me, with the Death card in the reverse and the Four of Wands in the reverse, that's a double whammy of feeling stuck, restricted, not able to move forward, okay? And because you were so kind, they think they're going to get that again. I don't think they will with you today. I really don't. But let's see, best possible outcome. And then I'm going to get some advice for you today. Okay. Yeah. Knight of Pentacles. They will. I feel they will come in eventually. Okay. They're flipping from the Knight in the reverse to the upright. Now, the thing with the Knight, though, is they don't rush. Okay. They're going to bide their time. Now, on a positive level, the Knight can just mean that they're taking the time. It's somebody who's reliable. They want to dot the I's, cross the T's, and all of that. But with all of this, I feel it's more they're waiting to find out what you're up to before they make their move. Because I'm hearing it, I'm going to say it, it's detailed. I feel they're going to wait and find out what you're up to until they make their move, so that they can get their story right, so that they can try and get their feet back under the table. But they don't know what they're working with you at the moment. They don't know what you're doing particularly or how you feel. So they're watching, they need to stand back, find out what's going on, And then I'm hearing the words to match their story, to give them more chance, okay? Yeah. Bottom of the deck, they could try contacting friends, okay? There is definitely some travel involved here, but they could be contacting friends that you both know, or a friend of a friend, to see if there's a way in. I'm just hearing there's a great big wooden door that you've closed, okay? And they haven't got a clue what the hell you're doing, really. They might know bits, but they don't know enough. And because the Four of Wands also can mean, you know, an instability within living arrangements. They need to know what you're up to before they get their story right, okay? Yeah, before they get their story right. Because what they want to do, I feel, is to come in almost in this Fool energy, which is, let's just start again. Fun, let's take it one day at a time, okay? But for me, I just feel there's no responsibility there, particularly with this person. Like there's no responsibility. Let's just see. Let's get some advice for you. Yeah, Four of Cups. Just be the Four of Cups. Push it away. I think, you know, if you know tarot, the Four of Cups, it's someone with the back up against the tree and the cup's coming and you're just like, no. I think the advice for you here is there's other possibilities in your energy field at the moment, all right? And although it can be difficult, and it is, and when people say, oh, well, you know, they weren't very nice, get over it. It's not, life's not like that, is it, really? We're all totally honest with each other. It would be nice if we could just have a complete memory wipe. Maybe, you know, someone will invent that, but there's something else in your energy field, and I picked up on this a few days ago. I can't remember when it was now, but there's some new energy. And I do feel, tarot aside, by the end of this year, a lot of you who watch me are going to have a completely different life in some shape or form. Okay, let's get you one more. Yeah, the Lovers. There, yeah, there's somebody else in your energy field, you know, and it's also a card of weigh your decisions. Now, the Lovers means that obviously relationships, but it means you're going to be, if you want a relationship with somebody that you're compatible with, you're on the same level, you're on the same thing. But it also means weigh your decisions. But for you as an advice card, be open with this one to other possibilities, okay? To other possibilities. How will this end with the ex? I don't know why I'm asking that, but I'm being told to. How's it going to end? Manipulation, I feel. Yeah, I feel that they will come back in, okay, they'll pretend to be trustworthy, compassionate, respectful and all of that, but I don't feel that this person that you're connected into, I feel that they are emotionally manipulative. I feel that their emotions went mad long before you met them. They haven't processed that. It has got something to do with, I think, a mother, apron strings. Maybe they had to be the father figure or the mother figure within a family, okay? But I honestly feel that they will come in with the right story, trust me, all changed, etc., etc. But their energy, really, be careful with the Fool sometimes. It's beautiful, it's fantastic, especially with new love. But with an ex, sometimes for me, it's like, well, you know, are they actually going to look at what happened, or are they just going to come breezing in and pretend nothing happened? Okay, and then we look at this other energy here, connect all the dots, and then you're like, you know what, this, I don't entirely trust this person. No, No, I think they think that they're going to be comfortable with you, okay? That they can move back from this 3 of Wands in the reverse to the 4 of Wands in the upright with you. Yeah, 6 of Cups, okay? Yeah. Okay, I'll leave it with you. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Swords. You know, it's the end of a difficult situation for you. Embrace the changes you've got coming in your life. Okay, the Lovers, new relationship, new partnership. Just somebody else you're going to meet, whether you're just friends or you take it further, that is going to be on your wavelength, okay? But things are going to get better for you now. They're going to get better for you now. So I'll leave it with, I'll leave that with you. Remember, you're amazing, you're wonderful, you're always chosen, you're the best. There's nobody like you. In fact, anyone who gets to be in your company is so lucky. They're so lucky. I mean, why wouldn't they? Okay? Just keep telling yourself that. You don't have to believe it, but watch the change. It will change the way you think about yourself, I promise you. Okay? I love you, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.